there.
Yeah.
So we can't talk too much, but when you get ready to, so then when he gets ready to go, then I'll put it to external, and then I'll turn him up. That's his mic right there. But I have to switch it over there to external. It's pretty cool though, isn't it? It works really well.
Yeah.
See what I did here? I got a splitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes over and gets into the headset.
That's actually good when you're going on a traveling.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear people with their friends. Another door over there. Actually, if you ask, yeah.
We are about to get underway. We're about 1 minute and 18 seconds away from start of our second game this evening. This is Dave Rogie. We're here once again from Chelan High School Gymnasium. We're live streaming with you this evening on Go Lake Chelan. We will bring you the second action here. The Chelan High School boys will be taking on the Kashmir boys Bulldogs, and Kashmir Bulldogs, the boys have, Kashmir team has been ranked 2 or 3 in the Associated Press Division A pretty much all season, and Chelan has been hanging in right there at the 3rd and 4th spot in their division at the CTL. Joe Harris, of course, the coach, the longtime coach of the Chelan High School basketball team, and he brings out another worthy team again this year, as he every year seems to do, and very positive situation for the Chelan boys. And talking to Coach the other day, of course, he's got lots of stuff going on in his life, and he's got a daughter at WSU who's playing Division IV basketball, who is just doing great, JC, and then of course his son Joey, and who's playing at Virginia in his senior season. And he's got one daughter home who's just got a teaching job. He's got another one that's going to be graduating next year. And then it's going to be him and Alice, but getting ready for the national anthem here. So we're going to stop for a moment and let you hear the music in the background.
Would you please rise as we have our colors posted by the Chelan Cub Scout Pack 3459. Join the Cub Scout Pack 3459 in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing for the national anthem played by the Chelan High School Pep Band. Thank you, Cub Scout Pack 3459 from Chelan boys. Mr. Randall, would you please come to the score?
Well, we're seeing the young Cub Scouts who did a good job here. The local Chelan Pack did a great job presenting the colors this evening. That's something unique. and different for the kids. And now we're going to have the introductions of the individuals of both teams. I don't believe we'll do just the starters. We'll see just what they have in mind. I know in the girls' game they did all the players. So, but indeed it may be that they will just announce the starters for today. But we're going to wait and let that unfold. So. They are going to announce apparently just the starters. We'll see. Nope, there. They are going to introduce the non-starters as well. We'll see what they're. Okay, Hayden Frias. Okay, Jaspers.
6 foot, junior forward, number 44, Jake Monroe.
Okay. So now.
Senior guard, number 12, Hunter Stevens.
So.
6 foot 2 inch junior forward, number 14, Kyle James.
Okay, so Kyle James is a junior. These are the non-starters.
Mason McClellan.
Let's see, we got Mason McClellan, okay. And Eli Jenkins, that is the Gleason. And Salvador Gonzalez. And let's see, what do we got? Number 40. So, okay, so 40. We don't have Tanner on here. He's a JV player moving up. So number 2 is Casey Ruther, senior for our Cashmere. These are their starting. So this is Ivan Rodriguez for Chelan. He is the junior guard, the point guard, and the man who makes things go for the Chelan offense. Number 2 is number 4 is Dylan Boyd. Dylan Boyd is their high scorer, and it seems like he's just been around for I think he started as a freshman. So that's Kai Clausen for Chelan going out, shaking hands at half court now for the Goats. And then coming up next is Mason Elliott. He's a guard, junior guard. I didn't realize, I thought he was a senior, but I think he had an older brother that's probably graduated, and that's what I believe I'm confusing him. So next we've got, it's going to be Hunter Reed is junior forward. And so let's see, we got 6'9", they say, Hollingsworth, Hank Hollingsworth. He's got to be 6'10", but anyway, he's big and tall and fun to watch. And next 6'6" at 4 is, let's see, what do we got? 33 here for Cashmere. Bagley, Connor Bagley, I think, and then we have a 33 number. And Jared Anderson was the final member of the senior member of the Goats. So we'll see what's going on. And so we're about ready to get underway here as everybody's lined up and ready to go. And Coach Harris getting everybody in together there, giving them kind of that last word or two of encouragement. So one thing that Joe does, I mean, he certainly is not as intense as he used to be. I mean, he still is intense, but he's not quite as vocal. He manages his players, has the players manage themselves a lot more as well, and just doing a great job. Of course, what can you say? They continually are in the thick of it. And so we're going to be jumping it here. It's going to be Connor Bagley against Hank Hollingsworth here. And Hollingsworth's got him obviously by several inches. Hollingsworth goes up, tipped away to Cashmere, who breaks away, throws up a lay-in, good. So just that quickly, the Elliott for Cashmere throws up a quick right-handed lay-in. They're going to move the ball around, and there's a whistle blown. And what do we got going on here? Calling timeout here. The official stopping the time for something. The time clock. I think they maybe are, let's see, did they go? Going to give the ball in down midcourt here. Tanner Hendricks will bring the ball in, brings it in to Rodriguez. Ivan, he's going to get the ball over to Hank. Hank has it dribbled away by him, and it's going to be a turnover there as Kashmir will get the ball. It's 2-0. 7:41 to go here already. We've given up a few seconds in the ball game, but some question about what's happening. Maybe a little confusion. There we go. 35-second clock for the guys, 30-second clock, I believe, for the girls, and it's a 35-second clock for the guys. So we're seeing what's going on here. The official seems to have it set now, trying to get, there is going to say 2 seconds off the clock. I'm not sure what we're doing here. 7:39 is the time. 7:42. I am not sure what's happening. Here comes the AD, the guy who's supposed to be here to figure out what's happening. And it's going to be Kashmir ball. And Kashmir leads by 2-0 over the Chelan Goats. Ball into Dylan Boyd. Boyd, long as I said, a senior, but a high point man here for Kashmir, and he gets in low, gets into trouble, and they go up for 2, gets it off to, gets it over to Bagley. Bagley gets it up for 2. So 4-0 now as they're going to come out in a 2-3 zone. Tanner Hendricks has the ball down low, and they get over to Anderson. Anderson tries to get inside, but gets it out to Hendricks. Hendricks over to Rodriguez, over to Clausen. Back out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to try to dribble in. Tanner Hendricks takes a 3 on the way. Good. So Tanner gets 3, and Chelan trails 4-3 now with 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. And right there, Ruther comes in on the lay-in, and it's off the Kashmir defenders and out of bounds. And Chelan will get the ball. Hollingsworth was up there, but just didn't quite handle it, and Kashmir tipped it out of bounds. Chelan ball. Chelan brings it in. 6:48 to go. They trail 3-4 here to Kashmir as Kashmir goes to a 1-2-2 zone. Rodriguez has got the ball out on top. He's trying to make things happen. He gets the ball down in low, goes up, no good. Anderson comes out with it as he goes to tries to tip it back in, gets it to Kashmir. Kashmir throws it down the floor, easy. Oh, no good. Tanner's going to knock it out of bounds though as Chelan tips it out. The easy lay-in by Kashmir was off the backboard, and so Hank went up and tipped it out. So, or excuse me, Tanner went up and tipped it out. And so Kashmir, Boyd trying to get in low. There goes Ruther. Ruther throws one up against the rim. No good. They're going to call a foul right there on Hollingsworth as Hollingsworth comes down with the ball and Ruther between his arms. So Casey Ruther manages to get inside after a missed shot and get the rebound and gets the foul. 4-3 is the score. Kashmir ball comes into Ruther. Ruther was up but couldn't quite handle it and put it in. Chelan comes away with the rebound this time. Clausen tries to get it down low to Hank Hollingsworth, and he loses the ball to Bagley. Gets it over to Boyd. Boyd going to try to drive in the middle and get the lay-in. It's tipped away and by Chelan, and but controlled by Kashmir as Ruther tries to go in, and there's Bagley underneath, and Hollingsworth avoids the foul. Good job there, but gives 2 points as Bagley took him up, and excuse me, that's not Bagley. That is Reed. Reed went up underneath the forward and managed to get him up in the air off his feet. Clausen for 3 and good. So they're going to say 2, I guess, for Clausen. So it is 6-5 now is our score. And they get it to Boyd one more time. Hollingsworth there to slow things down, try to make sure they just aren't going to get it in really easy. Tries to make it tough on him. Boyd makes the move inside, loses control of it. Tanner Hendricks picks it up, pushes it down the floor and lets it get away from him, and it's going to be Kashmir ball. So Chelan had the opportunity there on the fast break, and senior Tanner Hendricks let the ball get away from him, and it went out of bounds, and Kashmir gets it back. So 4:58, 5-6 is the score. We're still in the first quarter here. Chelan playing pretty good ball as Kashmir loses control of the ball, but fighting for it. Jared Anderson corrals the ball. Chelan controls it, and they bring the ball up the floor. 4:42 to go. It's Dave Rogie here. We're with Go Lake Chelan this evening, and we're bringing you live streaming of this game. Right now, Chelan controlling the ball, moving the ball around. Rodriguez puts the ball on, gets underneath, good. Rolls it back up under a reverse lay-in. Kashmir turned their head, and Ivan Rodriguez saw the door and just raced on in for the two. Take the lead now, 7-6 over Kashmir. They keep the ball out on top. Boyd's going to throw up a three-pointer, good. So Dylan Boyd doing what he's known for, and that's shooting outside, moving the ball in and out, passing off. Outstanding little ball player. Unfortunately, if he's got designs on a major school somewhere, it might be tough, because he's three-pointer on the way by Clausen, off the rim, no good, and brought up by Ruther. Ruther puts it on the floor, or excuse me, that's Boyd. Boyd over to down low, up, a reverse lay-in, good by Kashmir. That was Reed again by Kashmir on the reverse lay-in. Chelan losing control of the ball, giving it over. 11-7 now is the score, as that quickly Kashmir is up by 4. They get the ball down into Hollingsworth, and he loses it off his hand, and just that quickly it's Kashmir ball again. The opportunity should be there. He just lost control of it off his hand, and it went out of bounds. So Kashmir, Boyd bringing the ball up out the point. 11-7, excuse me, is the score. Chelan losing control of the ball. Ivan Rodriguez playing good defense against number 3 now, and that's also, he gets a hand on Casey Ruther. Ruther tries to get inside low. There's a shot by number 3. It's good, but it's only a 2-pointer. Number 3 in the game now, that's Landek. So we've got Landek in the ball game, Reed. We got Bagley out on top. We've got Boyd sitting down. Apparently, no, Boyd is there. Ruther is there. So we'll find out who's sitting here in a moment. As Jared Anderson takes up, no good. Went for 2. Bagley gets the rebound, pushes it up the floors. Dylan Boyd one more time. Going to try to put it down for the lay-in, but can't get it. There's no travel on that call, as Kashmir was tied up and took an extra step, but they did not call it, and Ruther goes in for the easy lay-in. Ivan Rodriguez gets the rebound for Chelan, pushes it up the floor. It's Clausen off to the left wing, back out to Rodriguez. Hank Hollingsworth gets it down underneath. It's taken away by Boyd. Boyd brings it the other way, and Rodriguez just moving alongside. They're going to call the foul on Rodriguez. Boyd or Ruther won. I think it was Ruther that went to the deck. Nope. And so it's going to be either Boyd or Ruther. I couldn't tell for sure, but one of them went to the floor, and Kashmir will bring the ball in from out of bounds. And there's the ball into Ruther, or excuse me, Boyd. Boyd tries to get it down low. It's going to be stolen by Clausen. Clausen reaches around, and there's a timeout called by Chelan. Harris wants to talk to his players a little bit here and see what he's got to do to kind of get some of them moving, because right now his big man is hurting him more than helping him out there on the floor. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with you. So the buzzer has sounded, and the officials are letting them know that they've had their second buzz. And as I mentioned in the earlier game, I'm not sure if a third buzz means a technical or just what. But anyway, I know that they've changed that rule to get them moving away from there so coaches can't take advantage. So we've got some new numbers in the ball game for Chelan. Let's see if we can get some names attached to them. Clausen on the left has the ball for Chelan, goes down inside, little roll inside, no good. It's tipped away. And in the ball game is McClellan now. And also Gleesman is in the ball game down low at a forward spot. Ruther goes 2 points off the rim, no good. Getting in there is Bagley. He's going to tip it away, and Chelan will get the ball. As McClellan and Gleesman, we got McClellan, Gleesman, Clausen, Rodriguez, and Hank Hollingsworth in the ball game. So Gleesman's going to set a screen, but Boyd passes on around. McClellan gets the ball, pulls it down around to Clausen. Clausen goes up, 3 ball, no good, and McClellan tries to get around for the rebound, but he's blocked off there, and that's Landeck who blocked him off, kept him out. Over here is Rodriguez. As Landeck goes in, he's going to toss one up, no good, and Hollingsworth comes away with the rebound. So, Hank Hollingsworth did a good job. He positioned himself, was able to make it happen so that he could get the rebound, and there was Boyd trying to take it away from Rodriguez. Nice try, but he didn't quite make it. And in with the ball, that's Hank, and he gets it in low, but Hollingsworth off the back of the rim, and Gleesman tries to come away with the rebound, but no good. And they're going to call a blocking foul as Cashmere, and that is Reed tried to dribble inside with the ball, and they're going to get the foul call on number 32. That would be Gleesman for a block. Coming back in the game is Jared Anderson and also James. So Gleesman probably going to go in the middle. They're probably going to run their 2-3 zone or 2-1-2. We'll see what they come out in. Dylan Boyd pulls it down a little good 18-footer good. Cashmere now leads by a score of 15-7. We're at 21 seconds left here in the first quarter as it went by in a hurry. We had one short timeout, and Rodriguez takes the ball. Jared Anderson sets it. Rodriguez takes a 15-footer off the front of the rim, no good. Ruther rips it out of the hands of James, pulls it down, and Boyd takes a three-pointer, good. So that quickly, it's 18-7, and we're done with our first quarter. Is just that quickly. They get the ball to Ruther. He pops up a long 3-ball, and it just hits nothing but net. So a good job was there. 18-7, end of our first quarter. And Cashmere leads very comfortably here as they show you why they move the ball very effectively. They are a very good outside shooting team. They can show you why they have been ranked right there with Okanagan, and Brewster also was ranked highly this year. I think they were ranked number 3 was their highest spot. But Cashmere and Okanagan have been right there together, and they have had a couple of Donnybrooks, and Okanagan won in overtime, I believe, the other night up in Okanagan. And continues to be undefeated. So they're still number 1, and I believe Cashmere is still ranked number 2. But Cashmere shows you why. They don't have any gigantic size, but they're just springy. They're going after every ball. They're very scrappy. Their guys, Ruther and Boyd, they try to move that ball right in underneath you. The other young man, Mason Elliott, he's out there moving around, working hard as well. So Landeck, he's a good-looking shooter. So moving the ball well as we start the second quarter now. It's Chelan. We've got Ivan, and shooting is James from the corner off the rim, no good. And there's going to be a foul called right there on Cashmere. It looks like they're going to call this time on 25. That would be Reed. And so that's 1 team foul. Chelan with 3 team fouls. It's 18-7 Cashmere. And McClellan going to shoot a 3-ball good. So 3 for Chelan, 3 more, and that's 10. So 18-10 on a 3-ball. And coming down with it is Ruther from Cashmere. He gets it over to Elliott. Back out to Ruther. Ruther's going to look to get it to Boyd. Ruther's going to take it out at the point, gets it over to Landeck. Landeck comes inside, gets it off to Bagley, or excuse me, Reed. Reed over to Boyd, and there's another 3-ball by Boyd as he just lines up on either side, and they try to get the ball to him, and he takes that 3-point shot from over here in the wing. Somebody needs to get out there as Rodriguez comes up with for Chelan. 7 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Chelan trailing 21-10, and we've got Jenkins in the game right now. We've got looks like Gleesman and McClellan. We've got James. James puts the ball on the floor, goes inside, tries to get it into McClellan, but it's tipped away, and Ruther comes away with it, runs down the floor, and it goes in the hand of Elliott, up and 2 more. So that's Mason Elliott gets the lay-in on the fast break bucket. 23-10 now is their score. 6 minutes 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and Chelan trailing 23-10 right now. And Ivan Rodriguez has the ball outside. McClellan 3-pointer on the way, no good, off the rim, and Jenkins goes after it, but unable to get it back in. It hit the back of the backboard and bounced back down. Coming off the floor will be Gleesman, and going into the game is Anderson. Jared Anderson will be going in at the low post. And so Boyd brings the ball down the floor. He makes a move, gets it over to the wing, a 3-ball on the way. Elliott, no good. Tipped away from number 21, who is now in the ball game and that's Green. And Chelan comes down with it, goes underneath, and has it tipped away as Eli Jenkins had it for a moment, but it loses control of it. And no shot down at this end as Kashmir tried to get it in. That was Reed, who kind of controlled the ball, slid a little bit. No call for the travel, but gets this ball up and shoots it. Chelan comes away with the rebound. So all of that to say that nothing really happened there. And Jared Anderson goes in with tries to lay it up on the board and come away with 2, but it's tipped out. And coming away with it is Boyd. Boyd's going to drop back, 10-footer good. Dylan Boyd just keeps popping them in. And I'm sure that he already is probably, right close to, he's got to be in double figures already because he's got at least 3 threes. So, and there is Rodriguez for 2 more for Chelan. Kashmir grabs the ball, and as quickly as they can, they get the ball down the floor. Chelan's not even back yet, and their man is down here tipping it around on a high pass as they get it over to Elliott. Elliott inside to Reed. Reed has it tipped out by Rodriguez, controlled by James, and back to Rodriguez, who pushes the ball up the floor. So Rodriguez now controlling the ball over to Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson looking inside, looking to try to get to Jenkins down low. They get it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez shoots a little 18-footer, good. So there's 2 more for Ivan Rodriguez. And Boyd comes the other direction, pops it outside, looking at Landeck, trying to get a 3-ball. They get it down to Elliott. Mason Elliott gets it into the key. 3-ball from Landeck, up off the rim, no good. McClellan comes away with a rebound over to Rodriguez, and we go the other way. So with 3:58 to go, Chelan trailing 25-14 to the Kashmir Bulldogs now, as Chelan having an opportunity to pick up a couple more, and the pass is intercepted by Dylan Boyd. Dylan takes the man down low, steps to the side, throws up a little running 5-footer, good. So Boyd gets 2 more, as Dylan intercepted the pass very well. Played the passing lane extremely well that time, as Rodriguez now brings it up the floor, gets it over to Anderson. Anderson looks inside, nothing there. He's going to bring it down. It's going to be tossed away. Jenkins has it come off his hands, and it's going to be over and back. So Chelan's going to have another turnover. 3:16 now to go in our ball game, and this is Dave Rogie for Go Lake Chelan. We're here in Chelan High School Gymnasium. The score is Kashmir 27, Chelan 14. The Chelan Bulldogs playing a CTL game. I don't know how much of it has been in the news yet, but CTL is dissolving as of this year. And there's a nice check that time by Hank Hollingsworth. But the Caribou Trail League will be dissolving this year. The only teams left in it are Cashmere, Cascade, and Chelan. So they are attempting to get into the Central Washington Division A, 1A. So we'll see what happens. As there is a penalty called, 14 did something, did not allow room for the inbounds pass or something. I'm not sure what the call is. I'm not sure what he's doing. What is he calling? What is the call? I'm curious to see what the call is. No, I guess it's no call. He apparently didn't give back and give him room, and so as a result of that, there was apparently he gets a warning, I guess. Ruther takes the ball inside. That's going to be Bagley now, who tries to get in underneath and does not get it, and it's going to be Chelan's ball. Bagley missed the shot, came down hard on the other side against the rebound and bounced it out of bounds, and so Chelan will get the ball. 2:50 to go. 27-14 is our score. Cashmere leading by 27, and so Rodriguez gets the ball out to James. James dribbles down low, then tries to get it up and off the backboard. No good, and it went off of Hollingsworth. It looked like Bagley touched it, but they're going to say no, it's Cashmere ball. So into the game comes Boyd, and sitting down will be Green, who gave him a little break there. And so Chelan still has Hendricks, Anderson, and there's a high off the backboard, and James comes away with it, gives it to Rodriguez, but Ruther went up high on the backboard. Ivan Rodriguez, another one, good for two more. And so Rodriguez is hot tonight. He's found his shot, and he's just going to go take it if he can get it. And they get the ball away from Dylan Boyd, and he gets fouled. And he fouls Tanner Hendricks, and it's going to be that's the second team foul against Cashmere. Chelan has 3 team fouls, so they're really letting them play. And Chelan trails now 27-16, so 11-point difference. Hank Hollingsworth gets the ball into Ivan Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the man who runs things on the floor, and he's having a good night offensively right now as well. And gets it down low to James, back out around to Tanner. Anderson at the top. Rodriguez takes a look. Dylan Boyd on him defensively. Get it around. Move it around to Anderson. They look to bring it through. Nothing there. And they look inside as Hank's not available. Tanner pulls it in. He brings it out to Anderson. Anderson looks again inside. They get it. Move the ball around. And Rodriguez gets the shot up. No good. And off. Didn't get anything. And the shot clock went off. So, but not before it changed hands. Ruther tries to go in. And Elliott goes up with a shot, no good. There is an effort to tip the ball away. Tanner Hendricks steps out of bounds as he tries to tip the ball back inbounds. As Anderson and Ruther go head-to-head with one another there, and both of them hit the deck pretty good. But there's going to be a timeout called now, and we'll see if it's going to be a full timeout or 30-second timeout. Let's see what they're doing. They're going to call it. Going to be coach. It is a full timeout, so we'll give them a break with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. Chelan trails by a score of 27-16 to the Bulldogs of Cashmere. Again, with only 1 minute and 18 left to go here in the second quarter. Neither team anywhere near the foul issues, so we won't be shooting any free throws unless somebody gets fouled in the act of shooting, at least for the next minute and 18 seconds. And Chelan staying close, doing what they got to do now. If they can just get their big man open and let him throw a few of those little hook shots up there and turn around and get a couple of those little 5-7 foot jump shots out of the way, they can get back into this in a hurry. So, as well as hitting a 3 here and there to kind of keep them close. Coming out on the floor for the Goats is Hollingsworth, Hendricks, Rodriguez, Anderson, and James. And coming in out are Landeck, Boyd, Elliott, Ruther, and Bagley for Kashmir. And so they get the ball over to Elliott. Elliott tries to force the ball inside, and Rodriguez gets the ball for the Goats. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. He gets the ball up over the timeline, takes a look inside, looks to see, gets to James. They get it down to Hank. Hank turns around, and there's 2. So that's what they got to do, is get it down low. Under 1 minute to go. 27-18 now is the score, as Chelan getting closer. Landeck throws one up off the rim. No good. James was there. Ruther tips it out as James gets knocked away on it. And Bagley comes down with the ball, gets it over to, and they're going to call a foul, a push there. Let's see who they call the foul on. Going to call it on number 20, so that's going to be 2 on Tanner Hendricks, I think. That may be his first. 4 team fouls now on Chelan, 2 on 33 seconds to go. Boyd has the ball. Boyd, the pressure's there, and there was a travel, but missed by the official as he shuffled his feet to put the ball in. Landeck has it, tries to force it in. Hank Hollingsworth has the ball, and now he gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has got 16 seconds. 27-18 is the score. Hollingsworth, they're trying to get everybody set up here. Rodriguez, Dylan Boyd stays with him. Dylan Boyd is a fine guard. He's an outstanding player. James goes in, tries to get one in, no good. Up there, and there's a block foul right there, and Hollingsworth's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair at the buzzer. So they'll clear the floor for everybody but Hollingsworth, and he'll get to shoot a pair of free throws as he went up for the shot and was knocked down by Bagley, who got called for the foul, and they've got number 15 up for the foul. So they're going to give it to Elliott instead of to Bagley. First shot by Hollingsworth up and good. 27-19 now is our score here at halftime. And he'll get one more shot. And Hollingsworth shot on the way up, off the rim, no good. So 27-19 is our score at halftime here at Chelan High School. This is Dave Rogie for Go Lake Chelan. We'll be back to talk to you for just a moment, tell you a little bit about our thoughts about the game and who's doing what, and then bring you the second half. So we'll be back in just a minute here. Shot by Hollingsworth up and good. 27-19 now is our score here at half.
Okay, you're on. I don't think it's not working.
Okay. Frank's going to come out and chat with me. Should we just leave this out and we'll just kind of talk to this?
Just take it off.
Yeah, okay.
They support and the time we so willingly put into our school to make it better. We certainly appreciate all that you do. The ASB would like to present each of you with a certificate and small token.
I think that's it. All right, well, we're here, it's halftime, and we've got an opportunity real quick to talk to Coach Phelps for the Lady Goats team. Coach, first off, congratulations. I know it wasn't what you wanted, but your girls played tremendous.
Yeah, they did. It was that was a fun game, and I think our kids just keep getting better and better every night out. So we would have liked to have won that one, and probably feel like we let one slip away from us. But Kashmir's a great team, and they did what they needed to do to come back. That's why they're ranked #1 in the state. But we'll build on this and see what we can do on Friday.
Now, I realize we're getting close to the end of the season. So whereabouts are you? I know you've got a couple of games to play, but Can you give us some kind of an idea what you might be looking at in terms of postseason?
Right now we're tied for 4th place, I think, with Cascade, or we may be up a game on them, but I think when this is all said and done, it's quite possible that we could be tied. And they won the draw this year, so it could be that we end up playing them next Tuesday for the 4th place into district.
Getting back to the ball game for just a minute. You guys were up by 5. You're under 2 minutes. I know that things kind of got away from you. The ball got away from you a couple of times there. Inexperience, maybe a little bit of the youth on your team, or anything particular?
That's on me. You know, we weren't prepared for that, and anytime you're not prepared for something like that, that's on us as a coaching staff and on me. So our kids did the best that they could. You know, I got to do a better job of getting them in better spots and getting them ready to handle that kind of stuff. So, you know, they did what they could in that situation, and those are tense situations. And like I said, Cashmere's a very good team. They're pretty seasoned. They've been in games like this before, but, you know, it's hard to practice those situations. In fact, you can't. So the only way you really get exposed to it is to do what we did tonight. So, you know, I think our kids are going to learn from that. And the next time we're in this situation, I think we're going to do better with it.
I want you to take your coach hat off for a minute. I want you to put your dad hat on. Your daughter had a season game tonight. What kind of points and stuff did she have? Do you know?
I don't know right off the top. I think Tracy said something about 28 points and 14 rebounds or in that area. You know, Abby plays hard.
Yes, she does.
You know, she's an incredible competitor. And she kind of fuels a lot of what we do out there, and she did. She played a great game tonight, but you know, we had some other kids out there that played really hard. In fact, they all did. You know, to be able to stay with that team and be in a position where we could win it. It takes all of them competing at the highest level. But, you know, so Abby's a wonderful athlete, you know, and I don't have to be her dad to say that.
Yeah, well, sure.
Everybody sees that. But
you got to brag every once in a while.
Well, yeah, you know, she's a pretty special player, and she did very well tonight.
She did. Yeah, absolutely did. And, Coach, best of luck the rest of the way out. We hope to be here on Friday night with Okanagan, see how things go, but have a great season regardless of what happens tonight and the rest of the way out. You guys, you've got a great group to build on, and you got some outstanding talent girls that are going to be leaving you as well, who have given you 3 or 4, 3 years now, I guess, so this is your 3rd season of really, really good basketball that you can be very proud of.
Yeah, they have, Dave. And you hit the nail on the head there. We've got some good kids coming up. I think we can be competitive, but we're losing some kids. And, with Abby and Megan, who've been with me the last 3 years, it's been a fun ride. And to see some of those other seniors who've been with me since then too, and played JD and stuff last year, to come along like they have this year, it's been real fun to watch that happen. And you know, I want to tip my hat to you and Jerry for putting this together. And it's really cool that you guys would come out and do this and provide this for the kids. I know the kids think it's really, really neat, and I know a lot of community members really enjoy being able to watch and take in when they otherwise couldn't. So thank you very much to you guys for doing this.
Well, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad that we were finally able to get some pieces of it put together so that we could all be here to enjoy this. I know you and Rob have been, meeting with us and helping us out, and this really is something that I've looked forward to for a long time. I know Jerry has as well. So the fact that all this stuff is there now to give us the chance to do that is going to give us some great opportunities to be with these kids for a long time.
Well, it's really neat having you guys here, and thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. All right, Coach, good luck. That was Coach Frank Phelps, the head varsity girls basketball coach, and they, of course, went down to defeat in overtime tonight by 57 to 52 to the Cashmere Lady Bulldogs, who, as you heard Coach Phelps mention, are #1 in the state right now, and our now standing team beat Brewster, the team that hadn't lost a game since they started last year, and Cashmere came along and knocked them off. So, that's going to be an interesting finish for the CTL. What a way for the CTL League to kind of end up with not only having to look for new people to play, new teams to play, but to finish up with so many teams in the top positions in the state, and then with this state tournament, it's not going to be a Donnybrook amongst those teams. So anyway, this is Dave Rogie. We're getting ready. The teams are coming back out. I'm going to take a minute here, and we'll be back here in about 2 minutes to bring you the start of the second half here. Are the Cashmere Bulldogs. Chelan Goats playing host the Cashmere Bulldogs. Right now, the Goats trail by a score of 27-19. We'll be right back. Half and ended up losing, and now the boys here starting the second half are down by 8, but certainly coming along. So lots to look forward to, and we'll see how things go here in the second half as the teams are out on the floor warming up, and we're going to be getting warmed up here in a minute or two ourselves and be ready to go here and bring you the second half. Just quickly, I don't have specific stats because I'm kind of one-armed paper hanger here, so to speak. But Cashmere, for Cashmere, it has all been Dylan Boyd. Dylan Boyd has got to have 14, 16 points or more. Cashmere has done a great job on the boards as well, getting second chances. And Chelan, on the other hand, Ivan Rodriguez is the man tonight. He has been hot from the floor. Kyle James came into the game, put up a three-pointer, kind of helped him get back into the game. Chelan really took a while to get started. Hank Hollingsworth, this 6'9" young man that they have, has got to stay open, try to get open inside, and got to get those little hook shots going because they're trying to get it to him. They're pushing it in there a little more now. That was starting to shake Cashmere up a little bit. So if Chelan can come out doing that, then they can get right back in this game. Coming out for Cashmere, it's going to be Boyd, Elliott, and Ruther over there, and Bagley and Reed the way they started, and Chelan will start the same way with Jared Anderson. Let's see, what do we got? We got Rodriguez, Hendricks, Hollingsworth, Anderson, and Clausen. So both teams starting out the same way they did the first half, the beginning of the game, and we are now getting underway as Cashmere controls the ball here on the inbounds pass to start the second half. And they're going to set a double screen. Ivan going to stay on Elliott. Elliott they try to get it in low. He tips it away. Ruther on the side on the out-of-bounds line, and Cashmere slops around, and Chelan comes away with it. Clausen gives up his dribble as he was looking for Rodriguez, and Rodriguez caught him out of the corner of his eye, luckily, because he was going down the floor. So they get the ball to Clausen in the corner, out to Tanner Hendricks, around to Anderson. Anderson down low to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking down inside, looking out to Clausen, back into Rodriguez, down into Hank. Hank back to Rodriguez, 12-footer on the way, good. So Ivan Rodriguez comes out, takes over where he left off, and hits another two, and that's got to be 10 or 12 for him now, as coming in, and Tanner Hendricks gives a nice little push to Dylan Boyd as he goes by Hendricks. That's going to be his second or third foul, so they need to be careful. Tanner has a couple inches on most everybody else. They really could use his height in there. As they get the ball inbounds, and it's going to be tipped away and handled by Jared Anderson, but knocked away by Ruther. Ruther has very quick hands, an outstanding athlete. Tries to go around Clausen, and he pulls it down. Elliott tries to get the ball around and back out to Ruther as they start moving around now. Bagley trying to get position on Hollingsworth. They get it around to Boyd. Boyd on Tanner Hendricks on Boyd, and they get the ball to Reed. Reed puts it down and goes inside, lay-in, good. So Chelan gets the ball into Rodriguez. That is 29-21 is the score. at 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. And Rodriguez tries to push the ball down low, gets it to Hendricks, back out to Clausen. Clausen looks down into, tries to get it in. They get it into Hank, but Hank loses control of it. Back to Clausen. 15 seconds on the shot clock now. 12 seconds back around to Clausen. Clausen takes a quick shot back to Turner. Tanner gets it Jared. Clausen goes up and under. No good off the rim, and it's going to be white ball. So Chelan's going to get another 33 seconds on the shot clock as Clausen able to get the ball up off the rim, and then it was pushed out by Kashmir. And so it's 35 seconds. They're going to reset the shot clock to 35 seconds. And it's 29-21 is the score. Chelan getting the ball into Hank. Hank goes up easy, 2. So Hollingsworth gets 2 more. And that's what they've got to do, is just get that ball inside. That kid is so much taller than anybody else out there. If they can just put his hands in the air, they can get it up high. He's going to be tough to beat. Ruther gets the ball, puts up a shot off the rim, no good. Tanner Hendricks comes down with the rebound as Anderson quickly got his hand in the way, and it went flying, and then Hendricks corralled it. Rodriguez pushes it up the floor, tries to get down inside, gets it out to Hollingsworth, over to Tanner Hendricks. Hendricks to Ivan Rodriguez. Rodriguez out on top. They're going to get into their offense now as they get it over to Hank Hollingsworth, who brings it down, gets it to Tanner, over to Ivan Rodriguez, and they're going to try to get it into Anderson, but tipped away by Elliott. A nice job on the defense there. Elliott was not going to let him get back door. That's what he tried to do. And so they're going to tie it up. Boyd passes it around, and they pass it inside and lose it. But that's what champions do. They move the ball. They don't even grab a hold of it. They just pass it. It hits their hands, and they know where they're to go with it. And if it hadn't been for Elliott not being ready underneath there, they would have had an easy 2. But instead, it went off his hands and out of bounds. So 29-23, 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Chelan staying very close and working very hard on the offensive board and the offensive side of the floor. Hank Hollingsworth has the ball, gets it over to Tanner, over to Ivan Rodriguez as they look to get it to Hank. They get it down low to Hank. There's going to be a foul, reach-in foul, as Hank tries to get it down low. And it's going to be Chelan's ball out underneath. It's going to be a foul on number 15. So that is number 2 on Elliott. So one more time they try to get, and their ball on the way, Clausen, and it's tipped, rebound out by Hendricks. Nice job that by Tanner Hendricks that time, as he came off his wing spot and went up high and brought the rebound down. It had gotten out of Hank's hands. Rodriguez over to Clausen. Clausen looks inside, looks back to Tanner Hendricks. Rodriguez looks to swing over. Jared Anderson has the shot, tries to put up the jump shot, is tipped away by Elliott. 2, and they get the fast break at the other end. 2 for Kashmir. 31-23 now is the score. 4-11, 4-10. That's only the second bucket here in this third quarter with 4 minutes left to go. Hollingsworth out. Hendricks gets the ball into Anderson, back around to Clausen. Clausen looking to try to get it to, they're trying to get it to Hank, but Tanner puts it down on the floor, up and good. So Hendricks gets the ball, a nice little right side lay-in, right-handed, and Boyd goes the other way and he rolls it around, but it doesn't go down. And Reed right there trying to put the ball in, but Boyd gets it for a 3 this time, no good, and he's going to get a foul called. He's going to flop. They're going to call a foul on Hendricks. That's going to be his 3rd foul. I question whether he was actually even fouled. I think they're going to say he fouled him on the floor. So there will be no shot. Boyd must have already taken the shot and then fell. I don't know. But anyway, Tanner Hendricks still in the game with 3 fouls, and Boyd going to go in for the easy shot. It's not there. And coming away with it again is Kashmir, as Hollingsworth had it, but he couldn't corral it. And this time Ruther dribbles it in. Elliott's got the ball out. Cross dribbles. It's going to be Chelan ball as the coach tries to get a kick out of it, but the official says no. Chelan ball. So 3:18 to go, and Chelan trailing by 6. 31-25 is the score, as Ivan Rodriguez now comes up the floor with it for the Goats, gets it over to Clausen. Clausen looking inside, dribbles around, looks up, gets it down low to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth goes up 2 more. So if they can find a way to get it to him, Hollingsworth will help them, as it's 31-27 now, and Chelan trails by 4. They were behind by 11 or 12 at the end of the half, and have managed to get back into this ball game by just picking away at it, not giving 3rd and 4th and 5th shots. And certainly at this point, Mr. Boyd hasn't shot 3-pointers all morning long. And so they get it down low to Bagley. Bagley goes up against Hank, and they're going to get a foul on Hollingsworth. They're going to call a foul on him. He got him up, got him off his feet. So, and any official, if you get off your feet and the official gets you up in the air like that, 99 times out of 100, you're going to get called for the foul. So going to the free throw line will be Bagley. Their 6-6 post. First shot on the way, good. 32-27 now is the score. And he will get set for the second shot. And coming out will be Tanner Hendricks. Tanner having 3 fouls on him, and they really need to use his additional height. He's a strong rebounder, and he can shoot the 3-pointer. Second shot on the way, good. So White gets the ball. It's James in now, and Ivan Rodriguez has the ball. They get it over to McClellan. McClellan gets it back out to Clausen. Clausen pulls it down, brings it around, gets it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks inside to James. There's Hollingsworth. There's the stuff. And there's the stuff shot. Hollingsworth puts down 2. And it's Chelan, 33-29 now. They trail by 4 as Boyd brings it right up the floor out on Clausen on the defense. And right now they're running man-to-man. They've got a man-to-man going. It's going to be Clausen against Boyd. We'll see how they fare here. As coming around is Landeck, going to try to get up the 3-pointer, but it's not there. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd pulls it down, tries to get inside, goes up for the lay-in, moves around enough. He gets the easy lay-in for 2 more. I'm sure Boyd has every bit of 20 points by now. And Chelan, he just danced around until he finally was open and wide open. So Rodriguez has the ball. He brings it around the left side, looking to get it inside, gets it to Hank. Hank looks down on the floor, puts up a little 7-8 footer, not there. On the other side of the floor, it's Ruther. He comes down with the rebound, pushes it down the floor. He's extremely quick, and he runs fast, and he's very fast. Boyd's got the 3-point shot out there, but he pulls it down and goes inside. He's going to get the easy roll, no shot, and Boyd feeling like he got fouled there and looking a little bit disgusted with the official, but this is basketball, and you take some, you win some, you lose some. That's the way they have to look at it. So you've got Landeck in there, Elliott in there, Kai Clausen with the ball, a little 12-footer up, good. So 35-31, and we're at 42 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Boyd has the ball, gets it over to Ruther. Ruther looks to go inside with it, gets it out there to Bagley. Bagley over to Landeck. Landeck puts it on the floor. There's an interception by McClellan right in the path, and he goes up with the shot, no good. And 20 seconds left now, and Cashmere's going the other way. So instead of being down by 2, they could go down by 6 here if Chelan's defense cannot keep them from scoring. As Boyd goes inside, they're going to call a foul as Boyd dove inside and went to the floor, and they're going to give him 2 free throws. And of course, he is a very good shooter, so it would be a rather big surprise to see him miss these. So with 4 seconds left to go, Chelan, he gets the opportunity that he wants, which is to get inside and throw it up. There's one of them good. He doesn't even give it a second thought, and set there for the second one. Now coming in is Eli Jenkins, going to go in for a minute, and coming out is Clausen to catch a blow. Ivan Rodriguez, I don't think, has been out of the game yet today, but he's really their guy, and second shot is good. So Hollingsworth, they're going to let now number 23 is a new number, so let's take a look, and that's Jespers, go into the ball game. So it's McClellan, James, Hollingsworth, Ivan Rodriguez. They've got 3 seconds left to go. James tosses one up, misses it, and that's the end of our 3rd quarter here in Chelan, and the Goats trail by a score of 37-31 to the number 1 team in the state, the boys, excuse me, number 2 team in the state, Okanagan. I apologize. The Kashmir Bulldogs are number 2 behind Okanagan, who's undefeated this year. 37-31 is our score. We're about to get underway with the 4th quarter. This is Dave Rogie for Go Lake Chelan. I'm going to take a little minute here to get a swallow of something on my throat, and I'll be back in a moment. There's the buzzer, and it's going to be time for us to get underway again here. 4th quarter, 3 quarters of basketball behind us now. Scores 37-31. The visiting Kashmir Bulldogs, number 2 ranked A team in the state, are leading by a score of 37-31 to the Chelan Goats. And Chelan playing an outstanding game so far this evening. Their defense and working the boards, and now if they can get a few shots and continue to get that ball in low to their Mr. Hollingsworth, they're right in the middle of this thing. So we'll see what happens as Rodriguez gets the ball and takes control of it for the Goat. Brings it around the right side of the key. Looks inside, nothing there, gets it to Clausen. Clausen puts it down, goes up with a 10-footer. No good as he missed the rim. And it's going to be Chelan ball. They're going to say that it was partially blocked, and Clausen will get, Chelan gets a break here as the official on the outside there saw that he wasn't in a bad spot, or was in a bad position, excuse me. Ivan throws up an 18-footer, rolls around, no good. Hollingsworth tries to get it away, but Bagley comes away with it and gets it. They get it down quickly down the floor to 23, Jespers, and he gets it out to Ruther, back around to Boyd, or excuse me, now that is, let's see, we've got Elliott in there. Boyd's taking a break. We got Ruther, Elliott, Lendeck, Bagley, and Jasper are in for Kashmir. So Ruther pulls it out and calls the offense. 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. There goes a long 3 off the rim, no good. Coming away is it with Rodriguez. Rodriguez almost has it tipped away. Comes away with it as Chelan gets down the floor. 6:50 to go, and our score is still 37-31. Clausen pulls it down on the wing. He looks down underneath. He's got Hank Hollingsworth. Hank loses control of the ball, and it's turned over to Jaspers is there to corral it, turned over to Kashmir, and Ruther quickly comes up the floor with it. Chelan gets back on the defense and gets the ball to Landeck, and that's James on the defense. They get the ball back out to Ruther. Ruther tries to go inside, loses the ball, then dribbles it out. Howie didn't get called for a double dribble on that because he did stop to control it. Gets it back out to Elliott. Elliott takes a little 10-footer, and it's no good. And it's going to be a foul on Ruther, and Clausen gets kind of shoved out of the way, and so it's going to be, that is their 3rd team foul. So neither team had any problems with fouls right now, and it's just going to be this last 6 minutes. Chelan needs to get down and get a 3-pointer, or work that ball into Hollingsworth. He just needs to jump in there and face the ball and jump up and grab it, turn around and throw it in the bucket. So Clausen pulls it down, goes in for the lay-in, but it's tipped away as he tried to hand off to Hollingsworth, and Hollingsworth was not ready for the pass. And so Kai Clausen trying to do a no-look pass through the middle, and it just didn't work out well. So Chelan now back on defense. Kashmir, Boyd throws the ball around. Ruther has the ball, turns it inside, goes up for an easy 2. So Casey Ruther goes in for an easy 2, and that quickly they're back down the floor. So Chelan, 39-31 now is the score, as just that quickly they end up putting them in that 2 more. They're down 2 more, and Tanner Hendricks almost loses it. gets it over to McClellan. McClellan dribbles it up to the point. Oh, Boyd is on him, gets the ball over to James. James tries to dribble down. He gets the ball to Clausen. Clausen goes in for the lay-in too. So 39-33, 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Chelan trailing by 6. As Boyd pushes the ball up the floor and Chelan quickly back. Elliott's got the ball. He goes in, the lay-in, puts up the jumper doesn't go, and James gets the rebound. Tipped out by Hollingsworth, and James pulls it down, pushes it up the floor quickly, and he's going to control the point this time. As Hollingsworth sets the pick, but there's nobody there, so he goes, Hollingsworth comes in. They're going to call a foul right there on number 4 on a hold that time. So that time Dylan Boyd got called for his second foul on a hold, and Chelan gets the ball back with 35 seconds on the shot clock as they look to try to get it into Hank, but Hank, they're just pushing him out there. Now Hank gets the ball and they tip it away from him, and it goes out of bounds. No foul, as I guess they think they got all ball. Anyway, Rodriguez comes back in the game. James goes out, and McClellan goes out to one of the guard positions. Got Clausen, and we got Clausen at McClellan, Rodriguez, and Tanner Hendricks and Hollingsworth in the ball game. Goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looks inside. Tanner Hendricks gets it to Clausen. Clausen dribbles around. Back over to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth pulls it down back to Ivan. Has Ivan go around him. They've got 14 seconds on the shot clock. Clausen pulls it down. Looks inside to Hank. Hank rolls it around. Good. 2 more for Hollingsworth. 39-35. 4 minutes to go now in this ball game. If you are watching it, Chelan is still in the ball game right at this point. They're down by 4. 4:06 to play, and there's a timeout called by the 30-second timeout called by the Kashmir coach. I'm not sure what he's seeing that he feels like he needs to clarify, but nonetheless, he does have the timeout. It's only a 30-second timeout, so this shouldn't take too long. And then we will be back with you. This is Dave Rogie for Gold Lake Chelan here in Chelan at the high school gymnasium, where the Chelan Goats are playing host to the Kashmir Bulldogs, number 2 in the Class 1A state. And they lead the Bulldogs, they lead the Goats. The Bulldogs lead the Goats by a score of 39-35. And Chelan will get, it's Kashmir ball at midcourt. So 4 minutes left to go. Boyd brings the ball into Elliott. It's Ruther, Elliott, and Boyd out front. Ruther goes inside, dumps it low to Reed. Reed pulls it back down, gets it out to Ruther. Ruther looks to try to get it all the way across the floor and throws it away as Elliott wasn't open and he overthrew him. And so Chelan gets the ball back with 4. They trail by 4. We're under 4 minutes to play now at 3:50. They have a 35-second clock to shoot. So Chelan coming down the floor. I'm sure Coach telling Rodriguez to go ahead and use up the clock, but make sure the shot's a good one. So they get to McClellan, back into Hollingsworth, up good, no good, but he tips it in good. So Hollingsworth gets up and tips the ball in. Chelan now only trails by 2 with 3:30 to go. Boyd gets the ball around, and Bagley pulls it down, gets it to Ruther. Ruther goes up with it, and it's going to be tipped away. And so Kashmir will get the ball. But right now, they are feeling some stress. Boyd throws a 3-pointer on the way off the rim, no good. But there for the rebound is Reed. So quickly, it's 41-37, and that's a 4-point lead once again. 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Rodriguez is doing his job, moving the ball around. Tanner Hendricks gets the ball over to Clausen. Clausen looks, Rodriguez gets it in low. Hanks gets it up, good. Hollingsworth for 2 more, so they get the ball into Hollingsworth. He's getting them down, helping them out here right now, controlling the ball and getting out, playing defense so that they're not getting second and third shots at the Boyd gets it down low to Reed. Then Rodriguez intercepts the pass in front of Elliott and comes up the floor, and Chelan has a chance to tie it up right here. 41-39 is our score. Rodriguez dribbles up the floor, leaves Boyd behind. He's going to try to go down, but he loses control of it, ties him up, and they're going to say White was out of bounds, black ball. So there you have it. Scramble on the floor. It's going to go to black. 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Chelan still leads by 2. Ruther has the ball at the top of the key, going to bring it up over the timeline. Ruther around to the left, gets it back out to Boyd. Boyd throws one up, hits the back of the rim, no good. Hollingsworth comes down with it, and they look to slap on him, and he gets the ball over to Rodriguez and then moves up the floor as Ford trips him up. At number 10, gets it over the timeline. Going to be a timeout called, and it's going to be a full timeout. So let's take a moment here and catch our breath, too, for this last 2 minutes as Joe Harris wants to talk to his boys. They're only down by 2. And there's 2 minutes to go, so lots of stuff left to happen here in this ball game. So don't go away. This is Dave Rogie for Go Lake Chelan, and we're here at Chelan High School tonight. With less than 2 minutes to go, the Chelan Goats trail by 2 to the Cashmere Bulldogs. Cashmere boys Bulldog team is number 2 in the state, has been number 2 pretty much all season long. Them and Okanagan have kind of been right there, 1 and 2. They lost to Okanagan in overtime the other night. And so Chelan now trailing by 2 with less than 2 minutes to go has a chance to be in this ball game. And it's going to come in from Tanner Hendricks, who's going to bring the ball into Rodriguez. They've got McClellan, Hendricks, Clausen, Rodriguez, and Hollingsworth in the ball game. Kai Clausen goes up 18-footer on the way off the rim, no good. Coming down is Reed with the ball on the rebound. Ruther has it, gets it over to Elliott. They want to free up Ruther and Boyd because they're just not getting the shots from those guys that they need, and to give them some breathing room, I'm sure. So they want Boyd to be out there in three-point land and hope that he hits a few more of those because he's deadly from out there, most certainly. He's an outstanding shooter, outstanding player. Get the ball in low, and they go up for 2 more. And no foul called, but McClellan right there as well as Hollingsworth to try to tip it away. So Cashmere goes up by 4. 1 minute to go. Try to set the pick there. Hollingsworth sets the pick, get it around, swing it around. McClellan looks at the basket, wants the three-pointer, but doesn't want to get. Ivan Rodriguez puts it down, goes in. 10, good. 10-footer was good for Rodriguez just inside the three-point line. 50 seconds left to go, and they want to take their time. They want to get the ball up here. They are ahead by 2, 43-41. They want to get a good shot. There's a nice job by Kai Clausen to knock it away. Ruther looking a little bit lazy there as they get the ball to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth back to Ivan Rodriguez. Harris is calling an offensive set. Rodriguez gets set out, gets the ball out to McClellan, over to Clausen. They look inside. Rodriguez over to Tanner, back around to Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts it on the floor, backs off. 10-footer on the way, no good. Hollingsworth tips it out, but coming away with it is Ruther. And so and it's going to be Boyd going to the free throw line. 43-41 with 7 seconds to go. Well, actually, the Chelan still has one more foul they can give, so nobody's going to the free throw line. And we've got a timeout coming with 7 seconds left, and Cashmere leading in this ball game. So 7.8 seconds. Chelan has to foul somebody other than Dylan Boyd. And Chelan has 2 fouls they can give up. So if they can get on the ball, get somebody on the ball to be real big and tall and can deflect this inbounds pass, they'd have a shot at getting that ball down and getting it in the hoop. So we'll see what happens. Joe's writing it out for him right now. So we're going to stay here. This is Dave Rogie. We've been with you most of the evening between this and the girls' game. The girls, of course, losing by 5 in overtime to the #1 girls team and the number 1A girls team, Kashmir, and only losing by 5 in overtime. Chelan now has a shot here with 7 seconds left. If they can get this ball back, they could potentially put one in the hoop here and tie it up. And if it should happen to be a 3-ball, you know, that could be magic. So we'll see what's going to happen, what they're going to do, how they're going to play, set up the defense. You got Rodriguez coming out on the ball. You got Clausen. You know that Boyd's going to take and run for the basket. There they come, looking to get it to Boyd. And McClellan right there reaches around, fouls number 25. So that's Reed. So they now have, that's the last foul they can give. So with 7 seconds left on the clock, the next foul is going to send them in a 1-and-1 situation. So you know that they're going to be looking to get it in the hands of somebody who's not their best shooter. And he calls timeout, but awfully close to a 5-second call, I think, as Coach Harris is grinning from ear to ear because, if nothing else, he kept them from getting the ball in and almost got a 5-second call out of it. And so I'm sure that these guys are, their hearts are pounding. And for Coach Harris, this would be a tremendous win. Contacted his son earlier tonight and sent him a text, told him we were going to be on. Hopefully he took the time to be able to watch a little bit of it with us, and be interesting to get his feedback at some point. You know, he certainly knows this game, and so we continue to wish him all the best this his senior year there at Virginia. And once again now we're here in Chelan. Chelan is playing host to the Kashmir, the #2 team, Kashmir. And this is it for Chelan. 7 seconds left. If they can manage to either intercept a pass, foul somebody who's not the most accurate free thrower on the team, we could make some things happen here, and it could be very exciting. And there's Boyd. And Tanner quickly fouls Dylan Boyd, who's going to get to shoot a 1-and-1 on the other end. And it would be so sweet if their leading scorer, and perhaps maybe the leading scorer in this whole division right now, would miss the front end of this 1-and-1 and Chelan be able to pull it down and push it up the floor. Just don't know what'll happen. We'll see. As the officials have given him the ball. First shot on the way. He's so relaxed. It's off the bat. No good. And they get the ball. Kai Clausen gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to shoot it up there. They're blowing a whistle. And it's timeout as the official comes running across the floor, blowing the whistle. And apparently there must have been a timeout called. And so Harris is saying, I want a full timeout. They're going to have to put time back on the clock because, as it turns out, there should be at least a couple of seconds because the official was running across. You couldn't hear the whistle blowing, and they're going to, let's see, he's going to talk to the people at the clock, and I think they're going to see what they do here, whether they're going to give them any additional time or not. 2.1 seconds. So Chelan has a chance to get that ball in and shoot it, and we'll see what happens because we are now down 2.1 seconds. And Dylan Boyd did the one thing that I didn't think he would do, but maybe it's because I hexed him or something. You know, commentators always talk about, they say something about a person never missing and then they miss, or they say something about a guy always missing and they never miss. Well, tonight I said it would be kind of funny to see Dylan Boyd miss that front end of a 1-and-1, and sure enough, what did he do? Got a little bit too relaxed. I think he's a pretty good shooter, and I think he trusts that free throw shot a little bit too much that time and just kind of tossed it up there and wasn't really focused and concentrating on where it was going. And he put Chelan in a position now where they could tie this ball game up with a good shot here. We'll see what happens, see who they bring it into. And you know that they'll more than likely put Hank right down in the middle of the key and try to get the ball into him. And so we'll see what happens. There's the break. And they get the ball to McClellan. McClellan goes up with 3 in good. And Chelan has won this ball game, 44-43 at the buzzer. Chelan has just defeated the number 2 team in the state, Cashmere Bulldogs, by a score of 44-43 on a 3-point shot by McClellan, the young McClellan. And what a great way to finish a game. Mason McClellan hits from the the right corner of the arch and hits nothing but net. And Joe Harris jumped so high off of that bench, I'm not sure he wasn't going to reach up and touch the sky. So Chelan comes away with a huge win tonight over the Cashmere Bulldogs. The ladies lose one, the boys win one. So there you have it. Big game, big night here by the Bulldogs. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Coach Harris and the boys. Good job, folks. Nice game and good coaching there. And what can you say? Just unbelievable. Wonderful opportunity, wonderful game, wonderful shot by Mason McClellan there. And Chelan Bulldogs, or Chelan Chelan Goats. I'm so excited I can't even think. The Chelan Goats have won 44-43 on a last-second 3-pointer here at Chelan High School to take down the number 2 team in the state and the number 2 team in the Cashmere Valley. In Cashmere Valley, it's a the CTL Caribou Trail League. Excuse me. They're the 2nd team in the Caribou Trail League. They're the 2nd team rated team in the state, and Chelan took them down 44-43 with a last-second shot. And what an exciting opportunity, what an exciting thing that happened for this high school tonight and for these kids. What a way to begin a home game. They've got 2 away games yet coming up this week. They're back Friday night against Okanagan. We are going to be here for that game again and try to bring you some action and some good highlights. And hopefully this will be something that people will begin to enjoy because it certainly has been a long time coming, and it's something that Go Lake Chelan is extremely proud to offer to our community and our computer observers to be able to watch a game from start to finish and hear what's going on. So this is Dave Rogie for Go Lake Chelan. One more time, the Chelan boys defeat Cashmere, the number 2 team ranked in the state, with a last-second shot, 3-point shot by Mason McClellan. The girls, however, took it to overtime and lost 57-52 to the Lady Bulldogs. So we'll be back on Friday night. Okanagan here, Okanagan Bulldogs against the Chelan Valley Goats, and we will look forward to that game and the exciting action to follow. This is Dave Rogie once again for Go Lake Chelan. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast and our game. Thank you.